out of it. After all of the rumble, not so bad of it. In the very old days, there used to be some doings. No wonder that the poor old Abbey went to ruins. Those who started history sing the shout of it. You can bet your life there is no doubt of it. Outside the old rumble last Saturday night, she was one of the ruins that crumbled not so bad of it.
What do you mean I'm one of the ruins that crumble? Look, I'll get you ruined. Ruined. I'm no ruin. I'm a very respectable woman, that's what I am. I'm a poor daily help and I'm happy to say I goes out a charring at 5 bob a day. I'll muck out your house or your self-contained flat. I'm a very good char known as Penelope Flat. I'm Penelope. 5 bob a day and me meals is the price. Though sometimes it's cheese and a lump of cold rice. Fair cruel it is, but you can't make a fuss. Where on earth would folk be if it wasn't for us and Penelope? I gets out me bucket, me mop and me broom, and in less than a flash I've mucked out your room. If I'm in a rush, it goes under the mat. I'm a very good jar, I'm Penelope Flat. I'm Penelope. When I've finished me work and I've rested me feet, I hangs up me apron and nips down the street. And there in the local each night you will see I drinks with me mates who goes charring with me. With Penelope. Oh! Penelope! There you are, you see, mates, if you're ever round our way, just drop in. It would be lovely to see you. Just call round any old time and make yourself at home. Put your feet on the mantel shelf. Open the cupboard and help yourself. I don't care if your friends have left you all alone. Rich or poor, knock at the door and make yourself at
ludicrously loquacious lugubriousness of the one and only Mr. Les Dawson!
Thank you for that well-rehearsed sputter of applause. And yet, I will endure this because, let's face it, as you all know, this great nation of ours at present is going through a very severe economic depression. Not that depression bothers me because I was a favourite during the boom. This suit bears mute testament to that fact. Look at it. Oh, I know it's seen better days. God knows how old he is, but every time a band plays the Lancers, the trousers break into a gallop. I wanted so desperately to get some new fustian for tonight. I went to a tailor in Leeds for a suit. I couldn't believe the prices. I said, what can I have for £15? He gave me some wool and a loom. Name of piety, why do I kid myself? Well, it's not been a good year. I'm not looking for sympathy, but last year I lost over 15 first-class engagements through repeated illness. We all got sick of me. I don't mind telling you that I'm so far behind with the rent, the town hall's holding the wife as hostage. And that was a blow. My wife, she had to give her job up. It was a damn good job. It wasn't her fault. She got rheumatism in her shoulder and she couldn't throw the harpoon properly. It's an amazing thing that when you first meet the woman who will be your life partner, romance comes in people's lives in different guises. In some cases, it's a drift of perfume on a Georgian staircase. It can be a snatch of song on a Neapolitan balcony. The caress of hands in a scented bower. True love came to me the night I saw the wife stuck a hot chip with her teeth out. Well, that night when romance came into my life, I knew, as we sat opposite the table, the candle between us, that she was emotionally moved and I told her I loved her. I bent across the table over the candle to kiss her lips. And she snatched her head away angrily, and I fell heavily on the candle. It took the head weight of 15 minutes to get the wick from up my nose. And we had our first engagement, that first magical moment when two souls come together on the sea of life. We sat on the omnibus holding hands, which took some doing. I was upstairs, she was down. Because of her passion for food, I took her to a very well-known French restaurant in Huddersfield. It was called the Chez Baygon. And yet I've been married for 15 years, and believe me, it just seems like yesterday. If it was tomorrow, I'd cancel the bloody thing. I can see it now. The rays of the hot August sun were filtering through the stained glass windows of the medieval chapel, highlighting the mellow antiquity of the Saxon altar and glinting on the father's rifle. The organist was playing Oh, Perfect Love, till he saw the wife's family canter down the aisle, and he stopped and broke into the March of the Gladiators. The wife's mother was crying her eyes out on the front pew. That was because she had her hand fast in the collection book. Wife and I stood at the altar, the vicar looked at the size of the wife, he looked at me, he said, "You take this woman, I only have delivered." Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's fat, but when she stood in the garden the other week in a vest, it looked like a canvas-topped abattoir. She hasn't got elastic in her drawers, it's a curtain rail. And to add to my bowl of happiness, the wife's mother has just come to live with us. As soon as I heard the knock on the door, I knew it was her mother, because next door, Savage Alsatian was whimpering. The wife said, "Me put the gas fan in my mother's room." I said, "Yes, but I haven't lit it." Tonight, in a more light-hearted vein, in response to several fan letters that arrived through the window around the brick, I should like to play the piano for you. Now, I thought, just to get away from the usual theatrical dross, these drapes of illusion, to all sing together the songs that we all love, to be ourselves, to get back to the grassroots. Will you join me in some songs? Yes! We shall start off on the pianoforte in these oral corybantics with "My Old Man Said Follow the Band." Now, you will notice that when I play the piano, it has often been said there's one difference between myself and Chopin. He's been dead longer than I have. Okay, are you ready, young men? Try and keep up if you can. My old man said follow the band. Now come on, let's hear you now. Let's raise the roof. It won't take much to do with the gutters on the inside. Are you ready? We can't all be professionals. We'll try this one, Lily of Laguna. It just flows, doesn't it? I wish I was out there listening to this. Often when faced with genius, there is a shyness. Perhaps tonight might be as good a time as any to introduce to you the works of a very, unfortunately, how can I put it, forgotten Yorkshire composer. His name was Seth Bottomford. The first man to discover that people wet prunes were never late for work. Most of his music was very moving, but this one in particular, I feel... Tricky, isn't it? That's 3 fingers on the same hand. My Auntie Fanny, by mistake, put cinnamons in the currant cake. And the only advice that we could give was skip to the loo, my darling.
In this year of 1792, our conventions have been thrown all askew. And I know I'm out of date when I sing one mate, one faithful lover true. To be really in the fashion today, you must have a dozen beaux in your sway. But be fair, I don't believe in the modern plan. I want to wait for just one man. One kiss, one man to save it for
a marvellous intro. I thought there was somebody else coming on then. What a marvellous time. Is it? Are you all enjoying yourself? Yes, I'll soon put a stop to that. No, it's nice to see people, especially at Christmas time, because Christmas is the time when everybody gets everything they want. I can tell by the smile on your face, madam. Apart from a little old lady, a little old spinster, she was sat in her attic, all by herself on Christmas Eve. Not art, shame. Thank you. Shame it was, this poor little old lady, she sat there, just on her own by herself, by her own. And sat by the fire with a little cat with her, and she just touching the fire, got nothing to do, and suddenly, out of the fire, jumped a spark, and it was a fairy. He was a real life fairy. And she was surprised, this woman. She'd never seen a fairy before. And, so this fairy said, I am your fairy godmother. I brought you 3 wishes. And she said, oh, you take me by surprise. You're just going to make a cup of tea. She said, I've got 3 wishes. What would you like? She said, I wish it was a young girl again. And the fairy went, bing. And she was a beautiful looking young girl, 22 years old. She says, I've still got 2 wishes left. What would you like? She said, she said, I wish I had plenty of money. And the fairy went, bing. And the place is full of money everywhere, couldn't budge. She said, you've got 1 wish left. What would you like? She said, she said, my cat's been with me a long time. I wish he was a big, handsome, strapping prince. And the fairy went, bing. And the cat was a big prince, and he got hold of this woman, he put her in his arms, and he cuddled her, and he said, I bet you wish you'd never taken me to the vet. Christmas is for the kids, because I think the kids are marvellous. She was cooking the breakfast, this woman. She said, Willie, go and get Johnny up, he's going to be late for school. And he went upstairs, he came down and he said, Ma'am, he won't get up for school. She said, I'll get him up. She went up, she said, come on, Johnny, you're going to be late for school. And he looked and said, I'm not going to school today. And she said, pardon? He said, I'm not going to school today. She said, why not? He said, I'll tell you why not. Shame for him. He said, I'll tell you why not. Because the children don't like me and I don't like them, and I'm just not going to school, that's it, finished. And he stamped his foot like that. Which is very hard to do when you're in bed. She said, you've got to go to school today. He said, give me 2 good reasons why I've got to go to school. She said, reason 1, you're 39 years old. Reason 2, you're the headmaster. Well, you laughed. Because and then went on to Hogmanay. Hogmanay's marvellous time. New Year's resolutions, anybody thought about those? No, I've got one. I made a New Year, whatever I said. I made a New Year's resolution. I've given up gambling, I've given up smoking, and I've given up going with women. It's been the longest 20 minutes of our life. No, because actually Hogmanay belongs to the Scots people, and I never say anything about any Scots people in tonight. Who'll pay for your ticket, madam? And the chap in front said I did. Well, you know your own business best. No, I never say anything about Scots people because my uncle was from Aberdeen, or as they say up there, Aberdeen. And he died actually 4.5 years ago in Aberdeen. He died of a heart attack throwing a penny to the children. And the string broke. He was a mean man. You know, He used to switch the gas off while I turned the bacon over. He insisted that copper wire was invented by two Scotsmen fighting over a farthing. His friend of his, who was a sporting fanatic, because he was laid in, actually in the hospital bed, he wasn't playing too much sport, and he wasn't in a very good state. He was in the hospital bed, laid there, like you say. And his friend came to see him, and I don't know if anybody's been in a hospital, they have friends, but they don't... Well, friends who visit you in hospital tend to want art friends because they eat all the fruit. He just looked at him and went like this, he said, Tommy, how are you feeling? He went like this, he said, I'm not feeling too well. Oh, aren't you, Tommy? Do you hear the concern in my voice? I'll do it again, look. Oh, aren't you, Tommy? No, I don't think I'm going to make it. Oh, Tommy, I am sorry. Is there anything I could do to help you, Tommy? Yes, what? Well, you know I like to play golf. Yes, well... Oh, wrong way. Well, I wonder if they play golf up there. Where, on the hospital room? No! Right up there, where I'm going. Oh, Tommy, well, I'll go and have a seance with a medium. Not a comedian. Oh, forget it, never mind. I'll have a seance with a medium and try and find out, will you? Yeah. So we went around the Monday, came back on the Wednesday, he said, Tommy, I've got some good news and bad news for you. Have you? Yeah. They do play golf up there. They've got the finest 18-hole golf course you've ever seen. Have they? Yeah. The bad news is you're teeing off with St. Peter at 7:15 on Saturday morning. I love those silly ones. And especially the sporting. You know this chap, he was a golf fanatic, you see. And also, in his meantime, he used to play cricket. And he was a good cricketer, a very good cricketer. He used to play for Yorkshire, you see. And he's walking down this country road. Shame. He's walking down this country road on his own by himself, talking to no one. And suddenly, he heard this voice say, "Hey up, Tommy." Like that. Never been introduced. "Hey up, Tommy." So look behind, and there's one thing there, there's a horse. Beautiful horse in the field. And he walked up to this horse, he said, "Was that you?" The horse said, "Yes, of course it was. Me." He said, "Can you talk then?" He said, "Of course I can. Play cricket better than you as well." He said, "You can't." He said, "Oh, yes, I can." Oh, is it? Exactly. Have you heard it? He said, "I'll tell you what, I could play cricket definitely better than you." So Tommy took him down to the nets at Headingley, and he put him in the nets, and he thought he'd throw a few balls if you like, and the horse went bang, 4, bang, 6, bang, knocking the ball everywhere. He thought, yes, we're playing Lancashire, Roses. He said, "I'll put him in the team." So the next day, they finish up at Chesterfield, they're playing Lancashire at Chesterfield, and the horse is in with Tommy, opening batsman. Beautiful white horse. He's got a white cap, he's got his white pad, and he's got a cricket bat like that. Otherwise, it'll look that. So, the bowler came up and he bowled this ball, and you see the horse went 4, 6, 4, all the way over, 3 6s, 3 4s, like that. So they changed ends, and the bowler bowled to Tommy, and Tommy went 4, 4, and then he just nicked a quick single. And as he nicked the single, he ran towards the other side, and the horse stood there like that. Guess what the horse said? Nay. poor old Tommy was run out, you see, and he's walking back to the pavilion, he's taking his gloves and he said, "You're a fine one, aren't you, playing cricket? Why don't you run?" The horse said, "If I could run, I'd be at Ascot up playing cricket with you." You could tell by my suave attire, I'm a sporting gentleman, you know. I like to go to the races, love the races. I backed a horse at 20 to 1, he didn't come in till 5 past 4. And that's why I can feel for this friend of mine. He was laid in bed one night, 3 o'clock one morning, and the phone rang. And he answered the phone, he said, "Hello?" And there's a drunken chap at the other end. And he said to this friend of mine, he said, "Hello? Hello? Are you the head steward of the Doncaster Races course?" And the man said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Well, could you tell me when the next meeting of the Doncaster Races is?" The man said, "Yes, July the 17th. He says, "Oh, thank you very much." And he slammed the receiver down. 25 minutes later, the phone rang again. He lifted up and said, "Hello?" He says, "Hello? Are you the head steward of the Doncaster Races Courses Committee?" He said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Did you tell me when the next meeting of the Doncaster Races is?" He said, "Yes, July." He said, "Oh, thank you." 45 minutes later, the phone rang. "Hello? Are you the head thingy of the races at Doncaster when they are? Well, can you tell me when they are again?" He said, "In July." He said, "Why? Are you going to go there?" He said, "No, I was at your last meeting and I'm locked in the back." So the time's come for me to go now. Oh, thank you. And I've only one more thing to say. As we slide down the banister of life, may the splinters face the right way.
There's only just time to ask Mr. Les Dawson to lead the company and yourselves in the last chorus for tonight, down at the old Bull and Bush. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Les Dawson, the entire company, Mr. Bernard Herrmann, and the entire and